It was a cold, moonless night when I arrived home from work. The sky was an inky black, and the streetlights flickered ominously as I parked my car in the driveway. I live alone in a small suburban house, and nights like these always make it feel more isolated than usual. As I stepped inside, the familiar creak of the wooden floorboards greeted me. I shut the door behind me, locking it out of habit, and flipped the light switch. Nothing happened. The power was out. I fumbled for my phone, using its flashlight to navigate through the darkened living room. The beam of light cast eerie shadows on the walls, making everything seem distorted and sinister. I told myself it was just a power outage, nothing more, but an unsettling feeling gnawed at me. I went to the kitchen to find some candles. The faint sound of dripping water caught my attention, but I dismissed it, thinking it was just the faucet. As I lit the first candle, the soft glow barely penetrated the darkness, casting long, flickering shadows that seemed to move on their own. With a candle in hand, I made my way upstairs to check the circuit breaker. The stairs creaked under my weight, each step echoing through the silent house. Reaching the top, I heard a soft thud from one of the bedrooms. My heart skipped a beat. I knew I was alone, at least I thought I was. I paused, straining to hear any further sounds. Silence. Swallowing my fear, I moved towards the bedroom door. I pushed it open slowly, the hinges squealing. The room was empty, but the window was open, curtains billowing inward with the cold night air. I hadn't left it open. I closed the window and turned around, my eyes scanning the room for any signs of an intruder. Nothing seemed out of place. As I turned to leave, I caught a glimpse of something in the hallway mirror, a shadowy figure standing at the end of the corridor. I spun around, but there was no one there. My breath came in short, sharp gasps. Was my mind playing tricks on me? I closed the window and turned around, my eyes scanning the room for any signs of an intruder. Nothing seemed out of place. As I turned to leave, I caught a glimpse of something in the hallway mirror, a shadowy figure standing at the end of the corridor. I spun around, but there was no one there. My breath came in short, sharp gasps. Was my mind playing tricks on me? Determined to get the power back on, I hurried to the circuit breaker. I flipped the main switch, and the house flooded with light, banishing the shadows. I felt a wave of relief wash over me, but it was short-lived. The uneasy feeling persisted. Calmer back downstairs. I decided to make myself a cup of tea to calm my nerves. As the kettle boiled, I heard that dripping sound again, louder this time. It was coming from the basement. Every instinct told me to ignore it, to stay where I was, but curiosity got the better of me. I grabbed a flashlight and descended the basement stairs. The air grew colder with each step, and the damp, musty smell was almost suffocating. At the bottom, I saw water pooling near the far wall. The pipes must have burst. I approached cautiously, the flashlight beam wavering in my trembling hand. That's when I saw them wet footprints leading from the wall to the center of the room. They were too large to be mine. A chill ran down my spine. I backed away slowly, ready to bolt upstairs, when I heard a faint whisper. It was my name, repeated over and over in a soft, almost pleading tone. I swung the flashlight around wildly, the beam catching glimpses of movement in the shadows. I felt a cold, clammy hand brush against my shoulder. I screamed, dropping the flashlight, its beam spinning wildly as it hit the floor. I ran upstairs, slamming the basement door behind me. My heart pounded in my chest as I locked it. The whispering stopped, replaced by an eerie silence that was somehow worse. I grabbed my phone, dialing 911 with shaking hands. As I waited for the operator to pick up, I heard the basement door creak open behind me. The last thing I saw before I blacked out was a dark figure emerging from the shadows, its eyes glinting in the dim light, and a cold voice whispering, "You should have never come home." I woke up in a hospital bed, surrounded by sterile white walls and the steady beep of medical equipment. The police told me they found me unconscious in my kitchen. There was no sign of an intruder, no evidence of forced entry, just me and my overwhelming fear. But I know what I saw, and I know that whatever it was, it's still out there, waiting for the next time I come home alone at night.